Hello there, we're back. It's Seth,
And Brandy.
and this is our 8 cents. Rewind that. These are our 8 cents. So, if you watched Survivor Series, if you heard this situation between All Out last year to All In earlier this year to now and Saturday night, you already know what the big news is. And that is the return of Chicago's own CM Punk. Now, reports are saying that a lot of people, a lot of wrestlers, have a mixed reaction to the prodigal son, CM Punk, returning back to the WWE after speaking so badly of them. Well, this is what I think. I have heard from a lot of different people that this is a bad idea on the part of WWE. My boy King Mike, I'm gonna get to you in a moment, brother. I got something for you. I heard his take on it. I have yet to hear the take of Saul Monster. I have yet to hear the take of OTR Central. Those people I follow as well. I love them. I eagerly await and look forward to hearing what they have to say. I'm going to give you my opinion. If you thought for a split second that WWE was never going to bring CM Punk back, you're fucking crazy. Okay? Now, dig this for a second, if you will. Did CM Punk throw a tantrum and take his ball and go home? In the words of Mark Henry, yes. Did CM Punk say a bunch of unsavory things about WWE, the company, and the key people who run WWE? Yes. But you're forgetting one important thing here. And that's the morale, the resolve of WWE, of World Wrestling Entertainment. What's best for business. Okay?
Ah, ooey.
I love you. If you guys are shocked by this, go back in time to Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Warrior held up, or threatened to hold up, SummerSlam 91. No, excuse me, 92. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. But he held up SummerSlam because he thought he deserved more money than Hulk Hogan. Vince paid him and fired him right after. Brought him back. Got fired again for some steroid shit. Warrior goes off, changes his name to Warrior, comes back about three and a half years later, and gets fired again, only to do business with them before he passes away. Stone Cold Steve Austin, the biggest star in the Attitude Era, walks out due to a dispute in the direction of his character, and he got to come back. There's a lot of wrestlers who got fired on not so good terms and got another chance. So with those examples, why would CM Punk returning be a shock? My boy King Mike, I love you, man. I watched the video and I commented on it. And I'm going to tell you what I said, because I said the same thing to my wife Brandy. Let it play out. Let the shit play out. Like, just let it play out. You want another example of why I say let this shit play out? Do you remember Batista in 2014? Let the shit play out. You know he's going to be on his best behavior because you got people in the locker room who are fucking gross who aren't going to take that shit.
Are we talking about the same CM Punk? Best behavior?
He has no choice. There's no pussies in the WWE. Your take. Brock Lesnar's there. Gunther's there.
Okay, and?
You really think that CM Punk will be boss enough to pull the same crap they did
Yeah.
before ending AEW?
CM Punk has no care for repercussions to his actions. That's why he pulled the same crap twice within the same company. And then he shows no... Sorry, I'm frustrated, so I'm trying to find the words, because otherwise I'm just going to be pulling them out of the Sailor Dictionary, if y'all catch on to that.
Go ahead, Lar.
In my opinion, like, I mean, I understand what you're saying, like, by saying, oh, business, but is it really good for business within 6 months he's not going to be there no more? Or he's going to be pulling some dumb shit? Like, the thing is, I can guarantee you, it's like, Vince is no longer in charge, and their ship is going down. Why, of all people, would you bring back CM Punk? The dude's a fucking idiot. Like, he really is. And I'm sorry, but nothing he does makes me interested in watching any type of show with him on it. I watched probably 10 minutes of the first episode of Collision, and I didn't watch another one.
Collision's trash. Collision's trash.
Because it was based around CM Punk. CM Punk lost a lot of credibility. A lot of credibility. And when he did that shit again and got fired, I mean, in my honest opinion, I literally was saying, like, he was done for. I didn't think any wrestling company would look at him twice. But then when Seth started showing me, like, articles and this, that, and the third of, like, of Impact, saying, like, oh, they reached out and shit. If you know me, I'm a big fan of Impact. It's probably one of my favorite wrestling companies, because, in my opinion, like, their shit is entertaining, but also they're not on any goofy shit, since I've been watching them, at least. But the thing is for WWE to bring back CM Punk, they shot themselves in the foot consecutively.
And I would also like to add, to compound with Flowers' take on Impact Wrestling. Yes, there was talks of that. They were going to bring him back. Reports said, like, Bound for Glory to usher in the return of TNA. Cross the line. I love TNA, so if you don't, fuck you. Anyway, King Mike yesterday said that he should have went to TNA if he gave a shit about wrestling. Well, here's the problem. Scott D'Amore, and I love everything Impact Wrestling, but they could not afford Punk. Not saying that they're poor, not saying that they're broke, but Punk wasn't going to sign. He pretty much just played them.
You act like that's a bad thing.
I'm not. I'm not saying that it is, but realistically, that would be like saying Randy Orton's going to work at Ring of Honor. Like, Randy Orton would not be caught dead walking through the back curtains of Ring of Honor, let alone stepping in the ring of Ring of Honor. Like, it wouldn't have worked. It just wouldn't have worked. Now, I used to be a CM Punk fan, and based on his antics, I kind of lost a bit of respect for him. A lot of people lost respect for him, not because he walked out the first time, but because he thought he could make it big in UFC, and he lost both of his fights. I still supported him. I thought it was ballsy of him to at least try, because some people don't even try with their dreams, but he actually tried. Got a trainer, everything, cut some weight, the whole 9 yards. CM Punk, at this point, is a nostalgia act. The reason why we, as wrestling fans, people in this community, know of CM Punk is not because of Ring of Honor. They did not have a TV deal like that, unless you read the magazines. We know CM Punk. Why? Because of WWE. That's what made him a household name. The Anaconda Vice, the Go to Sleep, the storyline with ECW, WWE.
Okay, but he can't expect to go back and then relive his starting point. What's done is done. Like, if he thinks that he's going to gain any more credibility, or think that people are going to, like, all of a sudden just be on his side, it is a complete, utter... It's nonsense. I mean, and I think that that's the thing. Like, oh, he went to WWE in hopes that, like, people still remember his name. They remember your name, but not for the reasons that you would hope. They remember your name for your fuck-ups. You can do 9 things right, but for the 10th one you do wrong, that's the one that everyone will remember. Keep that in mind when you start acting like a dumb fuck.
And another thing, Punk, I know why you went back, because they promised you the main event at WrestleMania. What makes you think that you deserve the main event over Cody, over The Rock? And with that being said, that's another thing. If he comes in and starts getting all of these shots that other people have worked their asses off for, they're going to be losing a lot of people, because there's so many other places that these people can go. I mean, AEW was always taking people.
Always.
Even when they shouldn't.
That's why their show's fucked up too, but that's for a different day.
I know for a fact, I came up with some theories. Now call me crazy, but my first theory is, what if Vince and Punk planned this whole thing to begin with? What if Vince told Punk, hey, AEW's coming, go sign with them and fuck up their company? Because that's what he did. Think about it. AEW was doing big business with the ratings until the week after CM Punk came, or shortly after Punk came, I should say. No, but like, that's when shit started dropping. And then, what if, on the other hand, what if Tony Khan said, I'm going to release you to go to WWE to get people talking, and if they break their word, I can bring you back. In wrestling, shit's kayfabe. Shit sometimes is a work. I've even heard people say the Montreal Screwjob was a work, you know? But these are just different theories. I mean, I could be way off. But the thing is, do I feel like does wrestling as a collective need CM Punk at this moment? No. Because the lifeblood of the wrestling biz is the future. Always has been, always will be. My question to you, CM Punk, with that being said, are you able to understand that you're going to have to take a back seat to the wrestlers of today? Now, I know that you want to help today's wrestlers, and I know you want to give them advice and all that. And if those, you have some people who say that. So if true, kudos to you, man. That's pretty great. But I know what you really want.
You get better advice from a bubblegum rapper.
True. I know what you really want, Phillip Brooks. You want that main event spot at WrestleMania because your tagline says best in the world. You say you are the best in the world. Tell me when I'm telling lies. You called yourself, you said the network, WBD, Warner Brothers Discovery, called you One Bill Phil. And that you were a real Bill in a land full of counterfeit bucks. So, Tony Khan can't say anything about what happened. He can't even give his comment. I don't know what you did or what happened that day, but he's like he got a gag order on him. But understand this, CM Punk. I know you're at Raw tonight. I know. And I will be watching to hear what you have to say. Because I know what you're going to do. You're going to sit there and say how great it is to be back home. And you're going to take small shots at AEW. When AEW was the only place who would hire you when nobody else would. People said New Japan. New Japan would never take CM Punk. Ever. This is your last shot, CM Punk. Don't
fuck it up.
Don't do what Batista did in 2014. And Batista didn't even walk out like that. He did right by business. When I say Batista in 2014, I mean from a character standpoint. Let's put that out there. Nobody's talking about the return of Randy Orton from a career-threatening back injury. They're talking about the return of CM Punk. I knew you were coming back. It's Chicago. Why else wouldn't you come back? So all eyes are watching you, brother. You know, a lot of people feel that you should be ran out of the biz. A lot of people feel like you burned all your bridges. You're a very abrasive character. You're a polarizing figure, CM Punk. So if you've learned anything from your time in All Elite Wrestling, your behavior under Triple H will tell. It will tell. Anything else you have to say, Claire?
No.
I mean, you heard my wife. She wants you out. She don't want you. When I showed her that clip of you returning, same reaction I got when she found out that Impact was interested.
Yeah. That's another thing. Y'all better leave that alone. Don't go messing up your show.
Oh, they can't touch him now.
Good, leave it that way.
He's under contract to WWE.
Well, he can stay there. WWE can have him all they want.
Yeah, if they even tried his...
If I hear one more shit of anybody from Impact going over there talking to his dumb fucking self, we're going to have an issue.
I've also, before I forget, I watched WrestleMania, and one of the reasons why they said that it was like they were giving, no, that's what it's called, WrestleMania.
Oh.
And they were talking about how CM Punk returning back to returning to WWE could be the reason why a lot of people from AEW jump ship. Especially if it's done successful. Because you have the former EVP and Cody, and now you got CM Punk and Jade Cargill over there, and you also have Lexis King or Brian Pillman Jr., and all these people are All Elite Wrestling alumni, essentially. But two of the four are former WWE superstars. And to people who are saying, AEW is fucked now, haven't you learned your history yet? I am not the biggest AEW fan, and neither is my wife. Okay? But please consider this and understand and keep this in mind, would you? Please. Vince got rid of a lot of people. Not because they were doing bad business, even though they were. He got rid of certain characters because they didn't fit the new direction. He let Hall and Nash go prior to the Attitude Era starting. Remember that? So, the best thing for AEW to do is get rid of a lot of people to be able to have that fire be able to breathe. But more on that in another video. CM Punk, if you are the reason why the main event WrestleMania, whether it's night 1 or night 2, is a 4-way match between yourself, Cody Rhodes, The Rock, and Roman Reigns, it could work. It could also piss some people off. Well, Rock's not real. Okay, Rock isn't locked in, but it's been said, you know. And if The Rock comes, you'll know by January. But if you don't get that spot, what are you gonna do?
Cry like he always does.
Because Tony Khan made you a champion 3 times. I highly doubt Triple H and Nick Khan are going to make you a champion again. Edge didn't win the belt when he came back. He went to AEW. Excuse me, Adam Copeland. So if Adam Copeland, the radar superstar, the man who's been there for 25 years and done it all, when he came back from his neck injury, from his almost 10-year retirement, and only won the Royal Rumble, if he didn't win the title, what makes you think you will? You see, CM Punk, people forgot. There was a lot of people who forgot about you. Yeah, folks say it's good for business. But you're also 45 years old. And I'm not trying to be the ageist here, but there's people in the locker room who deserve that spot. You had your shot. You've been world champion before. You won the Money in the Bank twice. Most people only win it once. You happen to win it twice. And you had 2 successful cash-ins. Like, I don't know what the direction of CM Punk is. We're all going to be watching.
No, we're not.
But like I told King Mike, don't get pissed, because King Mike, he said that the news made him want to quit. Don't quit, King Mike. Let it play out. Trust me, let the shit play out, because when it all goes to fuck all, I'm going to be waiting for you to give us that word. Just like you did when CM Punk got fired. Don't quit, King Mike. Don't. And for you, CM Punk, Mr. Best in the World, Chicago-made Punk.
Crybaby Punk.
You just got yourself a get-out-of-jail-free card. Use it wisely, because the next tantrum you throw, you'll be out of wrestling for the rest of your life. Till next time.